I feel like a lot of us need to learn how to lose our minds. Let me explain what that means. When I say lose your mind, I don't mean in the stereotypical sense like go crazy, go nuts. No. A lot of us have so many minds in our lives. We have so many minds within our head. A mind is a distraction. A mind is something that keeps us from doing the things that we really want to do, whether it's out of, fear of embarrassment or fear of failure. This goes back to what I've always talked about with a fear of failure, fear of just uncertainty. And fear is one of the main things that could really cause so many minds in our lives, so many minds in our mental psyche, that we are so mindful of everything. We're too mindful a lot of times. We're so mindful of these mental distractions. We let our intrusive thoughts win. We all have something that we want to do. We all have things that we want to do, things that we haven't done out of fear and out of mind. A lot of things that you want to accomplish that you haven't accomplished it because, your fear of mind. You have a certain thing that you mind. You may want to be an architect, but you have this fear of mathematics, which, if anyone knows anything about architecture, mathematics is a very big, important factor in becoming an architect. Like, you have to be good with math. And I'm not just talking about basic math. Math as a whole, that is a big part of that. And this can discourage people. This can really discourage people. It's like telling somebody, hey, what you want to do is going to be hard. And all they hear is it's going to be difficult. And this is what usually stops people from doing what they want to do, from reaching their true potential on this planet, in their lives. It stops them because they're so scared of what happens when I fail. What happens if I lose? What happens when I lose? You don't know what's going to happen until you try. You don't know how things are going to turn out until you take that first step, until you take that leap. You don't know where you're going to land. You don't know where you're going to land if you never jump. You don't know where you're going to go if you never get in that car and drive. You never know. You don't know, and you'll never know if you keep holding on to these minds, if you keep minding the uncertain, if you keep minding other people's opinions, if you keep minding your own intrusive thoughts, if you keep minding all of these things that are going on through your head. If you continue to mind them, then you will never get to that proverbial promised land. You will never get to your true potential. You will never reach that level that you want to reach. And it's not about materialistic things. It's about mental things. This is why I always talk about comfortable contentment, because it's the final stage. It is the final stage of your mental completion. It is the final stage of where you want to go in your life. Everyone wants to reach comfortable contentment, even if they don't know what it is. Even if you don't know what it is, you know what it is. You know what it is, because it's ultimately the final goal. The final goal is just reaching that level of just pure contentment, understanding. It's a level of understanding that emotions, just like the seasons change, you're going to change gradually. Things aren't always going to be okay. Things aren't always going to be bad. You're not always going to be happy. You're not always going to be sad. Nothing is permanent. But contentment can be permanent. That is a permanent thing, because it is a permanent understanding. Understanding can be a very permanent thing. Understanding everything that I just said, understanding everything that you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen, and you understand that. You can't predict the future, and you understand that. You can't change the past, and you understand that. But a lot of us have so many minds that we are so mindful of our failures. We're so mindful of the possibility of losing that we just get so stuck in that. Mentally, we get stuck in this shit and we don't know what to do. So we stay frozen. We stay planted because we're trying to figure out, what can I do to change this? What can I do to change the future? What can I do to fix the past? What can I do to right the... You can't fix what has already happened. You can't fix what hasn't happened yet. You can't determine these things. You can't. So you have to stop being so mindful of the things that you know you can't change, the things that you know you can't fix. You can't fix the past. You can't change what happened. What happened to you has already happened to you. The positive note is that you're still here. You made it. You survived that. You learned from the lessons of your past and you're still here. And another reality is what lies ahead in the future. We're all uncertain of that shit. We don't know what's going to happen. But that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. That's what makes the present so great. The present is a gift. In the future, that could be another great gift, but you have to wait for it to come. You have to wait for it to get here. Because if you keep trying to rush it, it's like rushing to get a gift. It's like rushing to get a gift before Christmas. Why are you rushing that? Why you want all your gifts now? So by the time Christmas gets here, you have nothing. You have absolutely nothing. And for what? Because you were in such a hurry to get there. Don't be in such a hurry to get this shit done. Don't be in such a hurry to complete your journey. Because if you rush to it, you won't have learned anything. You won't learn anything. You'll realize that, you know what? I skipped every lesson. I skipped every side quest. I've skipped everything just to get to the finish line. And now I'm here. And now what? Now what? And this is the reason why so many people feel so unfulfilled, because they've rushed so much to get the things that they want. And then when they finally get it, they realize, you know what? Maybe I didn't want this the whole time. Maybe I didn't really need it the whole time. You don't need to know everything that happens in the future. You don't need to dwell on the past. So stop being so mindful of these things. Stop being mindful of the things that hurt you. Stop being so mindful of the people that hurt you. Stop being so mindful of the potential people that can hurt you in the future. That is a part of life, man. Such is life, bro. That's life. You are going to run into more people that are going to hurt you. If you are trying to avoid that, then I got some bad news for you. It's not going to happen. It won't. People have hurt you before, they will hurt you again. You've lost before, you will lose again. But remember what I said, every encounter is a lesson learned. I said this in one of my earlier videos. You have to learn these lessons. Why are you afraid to learn anymore? Okay, so you finished school, you graduated college. What, you're done learning all of a sudden? You're too good to learn? Why? Why are you too good to learn now? Because you feel what, you grown? No, fuck that. Keep learning. Keep learning through your journey. Keep learning in this life. You need to learn. You need to have a willingness to learn as much as you can in this life, because you get one shot at this game. And you need to take in all the knowledge that you can, whether it be from other people or just from your life's experiences. Get out there. Stop being so mindful. Get out there. Take them side quests. Take a minute to rest. Take a minute to meet new people. Take a minute to get to know new people. Take a minute to get to learn new things. Take a minute to learn these new things that may not have anything to do with where you want to go or what you want to be, but take the time to learn them anyway. Learn that shit anyway, because I'm telling you that it's going to teach you to be less mindful. It's going to teach you to not mind anything. And you're going to get more comfortable, and you're going to become more and more content every single day of your life. And when you finally reach that promised land, you're going to realize, you know what? I'd like to learn a little bit more. I'd like to keep going. That's the purpose. Is continuing to go, just continuing to go, continuing to learn, continuing to expand your mind, continuing to just expand your horizons. Take on these new challenges. Do the things that you're afraid to do. Say the things that you were originally afraid to say. Do something that I think everyone should take one point in their life to just take a moment and do something that you have always been afraid to do out of mindfulness. Take away that mindfulness and just do it. You're afraid to say something, just say it. You're afraid to talk to that girl that you like, go talk to her. You're afraid to shoot your shot at that man that you've been staring at from across the room. Like you guys see each other every day and you're afraid to say, go say something. Just go say something. Just go do it. Stop being so mindful of the unknown. Stop being so fearful of this uncertainty and just take the jump. Take the leap. You never know where you're going to land. You might land in a bad place. You might land in a good place, but you'll never know until you take that next step. There are two things in your life that are very crucial. One is what has happened, what has already happened. The second thing is what can still happen. You can't change either one of them. And here's why. One, you cannot change what has already happened because it's self-explanatory. It has already happened. So throw that out the window. And two is what can still happen. Guess what? You can't change that either, because how can you change something that hasn't happened yet? How do you have that kind of control? It hasn't happened yet. So how do you know what's going to happen? You can't. Don't you understand? That is an impossibility. That is a mental and physical impossibility to change either of those things. But there's one thing that you can change, and that is your mindset. There's one thing that you can still eliminate, and that is your mindfulness, your over mindfulness of things. Stop worrying about what happened. Stop worrying about what hasn't happened or what can still happen. And start focusing on what is happening right now. Take that time, embrace it, enjoy it. Because a lot of things that are happening right now, they can all and probably are going to be beneficial to you. Folks, if you've reached the end of this video, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Also, if you're new to my channel, don't be a stranger. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And in case nobody else tells you, I'll tell you. I love you, and I'm proud of you. Keep it up.